UNC football chops down a foe in football. Full highlights for this episode of Bear News. Don't go anywhere. Sometimes a little home cooking is just what the doctor ordered. The UNC football team came off its full advantage of its bye week as they prepared for Big Sky play. Reporter Jacqueline Polizzi has full highlights from the game.
Nottingham Field was packed on Saturday for the Bears' Big Sky opener against Northern Arizona University. UNC came out strong, but the Lumberjacks punched one in for a 7-0 lead. That fired the Bears up, and UNC took control of the game, making the first half the best half for the Bears. The strong showing by the Bears gave Coach Collin a little more faith in his team.
I just have the confidence that when it's needed, our guys are going to come up with the play.
Kyle Sloter and Trey Reek are a killer combination this year. They made the play happen when it mattered most. Sloter threw a bomb to Reek, who found the end zone for the Bears' first TD of the half, and Jamie Falloon's point-after touchdown made it a 7-7 game. This positive momentum continued into the second quarter, where Sloter and the rest of the Bears were able to put a few more into the end zone. Complete Bear domination is how I would describe the first half. The Bears are going into halftime with a 21-10 lead. The second half was the story of the defense.
You make turnovers, you get them down there. That's what you're looking for, So I thought our kids they stood up when they had to, and they made some plays that we needed today.
The defense forced numerous penalties as well as 2 fumbles, but the offense could not capitalize on NAU's mistakes. The playmaker of the half, defensive back Marshawn Cameron, was named Root Sports Big Sky Conference Player of the Week for his efforts on defense. In the end, the Bears held the Lumberjacks to 18 points, which means the Bears put another W in the record book with a final score of 21-18. Quarterback Kyle Sloter has high expectations for his teammates as they continue into conference play.
So if we go out and win every game from here on out, we'll be Big Sky champs. And we don't have to wait on other teams to lose and things like that. So that's really the best feeling, is knowing that it's in our hands and that it's right there for the taking.
Reporting at Nottingham Field, I'm Jackie Polizzi, Bear News Sports.
Next week, the Bears trade home for the road as they head to Eastern Washington to continue Big Sky play. We'll have full highlights for you next week. The UNC sports program is now in the history books thanks to this past weekend. The UNC baseball team hosted UCCS Mountain Lions Saturday afternoon at Jackson Field. The 14-inning scrimmage was the first game in UCCS baseball history, making UNC the first team to face the new program. Even though there wasn't a final score, the teams enjoyed the day by taking pictures and making future memories. Both teams continued their fall practices as they head into spring season. Postseason baseball is back, with 10 teams vying for the title of World Series champion. Out of the 10 teams, the Chicago Cubs have the best odds to win the World Series. The Cubs ran over the competition during the regular season, posting 103 wins. Led by manager Joe Madden and superstars Chris Bryant and Jake Arrieta, the Cubs look for their first World Series title since 1908. The Cubs began their postseason in March when they host the winner of the wildcard game between the San Francisco Giants and New York Mets. Everybody knows some popular sports. Football, basketball, oh yeah, baseball. Well, you get my drift. But other sports, well, they're not so well known. Reporter Jackie Polizzi takes a look at her new segment, Playing with Polizzi. Let's take a look at who Polizzi played with this week.
Harry Potter has both kids and big kids, if you know what I mean, wishing they were a part of this mythical land. Do you know that there is a way to satisfy the inner Harry Potter within you? Well, this is Playing with Polizzi, and today's game is Quidditch. Let's take a look. The 3 leaders of the UNC Quidditch team walked me through how to play this mythical game.
So It's made up of chasers, beaters, and seekers, just to keep it brief. So the chasers interact with the quaffle. It's a deflated volleyball. Their goal is to try to get the ball through the hoops of the opposing team. The beaters interact with a dodgeball, and their main job is to beat people. Seekers interact with the snitch. This is the snitch. Their job is to try to get this off of me because it's Velcroed.
You think I can play? You think
Yeah.
I can keep up with you guys?
Let's go.
Okay, well, let's try this out. So I decided to give it a shot, put my 15 plus years of athletics to the test. Well, I realized fast, Harry Potter made this look a lot easier than it actually was. Even the most athletic person has a hard time running around with a stick between their legs, chasing a ball. So I have to ask, why can't we fly around like in the movie? Well, I guess flying hasn't been invented yet. After 15 minutes of hard play, I finally got the hang of things, and I even scored a point. But I think they gave me a pity point. I have a mad respect for these athletes because, well, this is not a game that everyone has the skill to play. Let's just say I'm crossing professional Quidditch player off of my list of potential careers. Bear fans, don't forget to tune in next week to see where Jackie Pulizzi is playing next. Reporting at the University of Northern Colorado, I'm Jackie Pulizzi, Bear News.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week.